This is just a little simple video showing how to use your coffee grinder for certain herbs. Certain ones will they will be a little bit too tough and you don't want to bog down the coffee grinder. So you want to make sure they're broken up into little tiny pieces. And this one here, especially with your roots. But sometimes, like this one here is, this is Biden's Pelosa, and so it has a very thin stalk, so it's pretty easy to put in there. These bigger pieces are best to be tinctured up and not tried to be ground in the coffee grinder. What you can do is use some pruning shears, the little short ones that are really tough and strong, and break it up with that. But these are pretty good for tincturing, or you can simmer them if you're going to use them for a tea. And so we're just going to put a few of these in. This is a special formula that I'm making for specific things. This happens to be salvia. Mellitoriza is, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, it sounds kind of like that. So you just basically break them up. You don't want to put too many in at a time because, again, you don't want to bog down your coffee grinder. And if the pieces are too big or too hard, then what I do is I just put them in a jar like this and then tincture them because the alcohol will pull them out. Even with a bigger root like this, the alcohol will pull them out. But see, this, you always want to try them because this is so, like, for whatever reason, it's very brittle and it breaks apart pretty easy. So even when they look big, you might still be able to break them with your fingers. And if you can break them with your fingers, the coffee grinder is pretty good at handling that, like a coffee bean. This is a herb grinder. Don't ever use your coffee grinder for your herbs because it just completely changes the energy as well as the taste and most likely the smell too. So we're going to add these in, and then we're going to put the little lid on, which I happen to have placed over there, and you may have to pulse it a bit. If they're really hard, you might want to pulse them. Oh, see, and if it does that, then one of those pieces was a little bit too big. Oh, look at that, the powder coming off. One of the pieces was a little too big, so you're going to put that into your jar. And then what you can do, you want to make sure it's not stuck like that. And you don't ever want to be putting your finger in the coffee grinder. Use another herb to just break that piece out carefully. And so once you get that out, again, you can take these big pieces and take them out of here, put them in the jar where you're going to tincture. So it's just really simple method of breaking down some of your bigger herbs and your roots and breaking them down into a finer grind for the tea and a little bit bigger grind for the tincture. Okay, just your little tip for the day.